I think most people say they want change in their life, but they actually don't want to do things that change them or that change it, for example. Because everybody wants results, but what they slack or they lack is the process to it. If that makes sense. But let's get back into it. Welcome to the JP Podcast. I'm JP, and again, I'm gonna say in the beginning, like, subscribe, follow the content, follow the channel on this or my YouTube, on this, Instagram or TikTok. YouTube also. That's probably what this is, but yeah. But let's get right into it. So I've been thinking a lot lately that, especially when it comes to golf, lifestyle, gym, like my golf, my gym, and my life goals that I have for myself. And what I've come to realize is that a lot of people, they say what they want. For example, they say, well, they want to get in shape, start a business, fix old habits, fix bad habits of, explicit things that they're doing to themselves, if you know what I'm saying. This is not going to be for, we live in a world where, pornography is pretty bad habit. A lot of people have, or improve in their daily life. Like, there's things that, people want to change, but they can't, or they don't want. They say they want to change, but they don't, because it's something that's hard. It's something that's new. It's something that's uncomfortable. But in reality, you need to do the steps to get to where you want to get to, if you want to succeed, if you want to grow. Because when it actually comes to like change or start to go against hard things that are in your daily life, what happens? That's when those people disappear. And when I mean disappear, you don't know where they're at. They just go MIA. They don't talk to anybody. They don't want to talk to anybody because they know the things they're saying are what you want to hear. Of like, I'm trying to be better, but they don't follow through. They just say, but they don't do. Because some real problems that we all that I see, or that I've noticed that I've done maybe, or I've seen my friends or people that I observe do, or even on social media platforms, The problem isn't the motivation. No, motivation is not the problem. The problem is pretty easy. See, motivation is easy. Motivation, you could watch a video of someone benching, a video of someone PRing some heavy weight, listening to a podcast or two, and then bam, it makes your day. You listen to like one of those like life podcasts or like those motivational speech podcasts, and you're like, oh my gosh, this has wired me to have a great day. But the real change, it is boring. It's going to be boring, and boring is good. For me, if something is boring, it's okay. Because change is boring. It's not going to feel all high all the time. You might have some high times where you're like, oh my gosh, this change has amazing results for me of whatever it did. But there's going to be some days where like, this change is boring. I just feel like I'm doing the same thing over and over and over. Some things it could be is, for me, I start work so early now, Monday through Friday, but it is what it is. I start at sometimes 4:30 a.m. or 5 a.m.s. And usually I'm a sleeping kind of guy. I just want to sleep in, get my rest. But lately I feel like I feel more productive when I wake up early, even though it sucks. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, waking up when the sun's not even up, I'm like, oh my gosh. And then sometimes I don't get enough sleep. I'm like, oh my gosh, I really screwed up. But, it is what it is, because it's something I didn't want to do, something that something I don't want to do, but I'm making a difference of, wake up earlier, get more of a productive day, and see what it does for you. For me, it's actually done pretty good, because I can, I feel like I have more of a day to do things. I can do my daily prayers, scripture in the mornings, or even during my breaks, and then come back to work out beforehand, and then go back to work again, and then have my meals, whatever I have to do. And I just feel more productive. I'm getting a lot more done, instead of having waking up at 12 and having 6 hours, 7 hours to do things, instead of having a full 10 to 12 hours of doing things throughout the day. Another one, going to the gym. Yes, I said that. Sometimes, especially days where I don't get that much sleep and I still wake up early, I am tired. But you know what I do? I still go to the gym. Because it's been wired in my brain that if I go to the gym, no matter what I do, if it's sloppy, if it's not 100%, if it's 95, 80, 80 to 90%, it's better than nothing. Because I'm actually, going to the gym. I'm actually working out. It sucks in the beginning. I'll be honest. Pre-workout, 30 minutes before, kicks in around 20 minutes in my workout sometimes, and I'm ooh, there we go. Now I'm awake. Or sometimes I don't take pre-workout just because I'm I don't want to mess up my system. I don't want to mess up my everything, So I'm I'm going to wake up naturally with working out. And every time, when I'm tired and when I'm working out, after my workouts, I always say, that was perfect. That was good. Yes, I'm tired. Yes, I'm dragging, sorry for my language, ass a little bit, but I'm doing good because I'm doing it in the way I want to do it. Another thing is, showing up when nobody's watching. I used to be very, instant validation of, oh my gosh, I'm wearing a cutoff. People should be saying, oh, look at how much muscle you have. Nowadays, I wear a cutoff in a hoodie or a jacket or a long sleeve, and when I have the pump, if you know, you know. If you get it, you get it. If you have a pump, you gotta show it off a little bit. It's just, I feel how it is in the gym, but once I start to feel too much of myself, getting too much into looking at myself in the mirror, or looking, looking at myself in the mirror too much, I'm all right, I need to put my hoodie back on. It's not because I'm insecure of my physique. It's just that I've been there of always just flexing out in the mirrors and just, doing posing and all that. But I've come to realize yes, I'm fit, but I also care about care about other people who are trying to get fit. And yes, I could be motivation or a drive for those people. But if I'm always, constantly showing off my flexing or my physique to people, I don't want them to get the wrong impression of, well, that guy's an a-hole, or that guy's a douchebag, or that guy's, a musclehead or meathead. Because if you come up to me at the gym, if you go to Mountainside, I might look mean, or I might look don't come up to me pissed off because I'm focused, but I will have a genuine conversation. I'm very friendly. Sometimes I do yap a lot, and that's how I am. But that's why I wear hoodies and long sleeves majority of the time, unless I'm showing off my pump for a second, and then I put it back on, because there's not really no point of me showing off, because I don't need to show off. I know where I've been. I know where I started. And this is just the beginning. Yes, it's cool to see your progress for a second. My gosh, there are some people who are wearing string beans, like spaghetti straps. They're wearing cutoffs, so it's not even a cutoff, it's a penny. What are we doing? Put a shirt on. But that's where most people quit. Most people quit when they don't see the results. Most people quit when they don't think everything's all high and mighty. Most people don't. Most people quit when they're tired. Most people quit when no one's watching them. And, I get it. I was once at that point of, in the early stages of my gym journey, this is probably like 2018, 2019, when I first started working. No, this is back in high school, actually. Sorry about that, but back in high school, our coach made us go like to the gym, lift weights. But back then, I feel like, high school's like 2016, 2017, like, I swear the only kids I saw go to the gym were like football kids. So I was like, yeah, I'm not going to the gym. I don't need to go to the gym. But I look back now, I was like a whopping 120, 125 in high school. And I can just imagine myself, like, if I were to actually not quit and keep consistently with it. I did go to the gym back then, but I was not as dedicated as I am now. Like, just being consistent with it. Because now I weigh 175. And I put on like 50 pounds of weight of, like, if I literally started that back in high school, where could I be now? What could my potential be? But it's just that quitting mindset of this sucks. I'm not seeing results fast enough. I'm not seeing enough growth, and my weight's not going up. My weight keeps going down. Like, this is stupid. I'm not coming back. Fast forward, 2017 when I graduated, 2018, 2019 is when I started to work on myself and work on my gym journey, because I was in college, community college, so I had so much free time, and all I did for my free time was literally go to the gym. Was I pushing weight? Heck no. I was still 125. Are you kidding me? But later I did start to hit more and more. Weight started going up. Phenomenal. And we're just trying to keep going up. That's all I'm trying to do. Like, it sucks, but yes, it's okay. Because we all go through those stages of we want to quit, but we should not quit. Where you see this a lot is in the gym. Like, I'm going to say now, like I said before, literally like 2 seconds ago, but you see it in the gym all the time. And what I mean about that, New Year's resolution goals. January hits, what happens? The gym is packed. You see new faces, you see new people, you see gym resolutions of, I want to lose this amount of weight in 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. Come on. Let's be real with ourselves. Unless you're taking some kind of GLP-1 or some kind of skinny shot, are you really going to see those results that quickly? I'm not bashing any of those people who take GLP-1s if it's for a good reason. But don't rely on those too much, because do it the correct way, in a way of, you're going to have to put in the work if you want to lose the weight. Because, talk about that story. New Year's resolution, January hits. Everyone comes, everyone's working out, everyone's got some sort of plan from, like, ChatGPT, or they have an old coach that is, giving them a workout to do. But what happens is, like, 3 weeks later, not even a month goes by, they don't see any results. You know why? What is 3 weeks going to show you? Well, it'll show you newbie gains, but what tends to happen is that they all disappear. You know why? Because they're impatient. They don't know that with working out or anything you do, it takes time, it takes progression, it takes progress to see the results. Like I always say to my clients, like I always say in these podcasts, Rome was not built in a day, so why would you expect your body to chisel up in when you go like chisel up in one day? Or like you go to bed, next day you're like Captain America, Steve Rogers, skinny all the way to jacked and huge. It's not realistic. It's not because they're lazy. No. It's because discipline or consistency is harder than motivation. If you're disciplined, that'll outweigh motivation. Staying disciplined could be anything. Like, discipline is staying in your diet, staying in your routine, staying on getting your steps in. Motivation, like again, you can listen to a podcast video and be like, oh, this will make my day, and it'll fade. It's how it is. Because motivation is emotional. Discipline, those are more like decisions we make. The decisions we make are what we do can cause or can make or break actions that cause what we want our physique to look like, what we want to do in our daily lives. And you gotta get that out of your head. So remember again, motivation is emotional. Discipline is a decision. With my content, yeah, I have to check myself sometimes because sometimes I go off the rails a little bit. Like, I had momentum with my content, with my podcast, with my social medias, Instagram, TikTok. Then all of a sudden, I disappeared. I fell off the rails. The motivation, the emotions took over instead of being disciplined with the decisions that I'm doing, because now I'm paying the consequences of having to start over and rebuild the trust of YouTube guidelines, TikTok guidelines, and Instagram, like making sure everything comes out and knowing that I'm not no bot. And it reminded me how easy it is to fall off if you aren't showing up. If you stop showing up, it's so easy to fall off the rails of, I'll do it tomorrow. Then you say it again, I'll do it tomorrow. Or the saying, I'll start Monday. Next Monday comes, no, I'll start next Monday. Next Monday comes, oh, something came up, I'll start next Monday. Like you keep saying, oh no, I'll do it next week. Prolong, just do it. Literally, the Nike slogan, just do it. Why did I even say that? I have no idea, but that's why consistency matters more than anything, because you are literally doing it no matter what. Yes, you can fall off one time or twice or whatever it is, but as long as you get back up, like I'm trying to do is just like getting back up on my routine of posting my content, not falling off again. It'll make it easier to do more and more. But yeah, if you actually do want to change your life, yes, if you actually want to change your life, again, what do you got to do? What's emotional? Motivation. You got to stop chasing motivation. And you got to start building decisions. And remember, decisions, those are discipline. You got to start building discipline. If you start building discipline, you'll thrive. And that's what I'm trying to do. Because the discipline works even when we're all tired. Because it's still we're making decisions of what do I want to post, what do I want to do, what do I want to get done this week. Because when you're busy, we all are busy. We have our jobs, family, friendships, relationships, other priorities. And when you don't feel like it, it's, that's when you gotta discipline. Just stay consistent with it. Because those are the days that actually matters when you're not fully in it. When you have those bad days, or not bad, I wouldn't say bad, but days where you just feel drained from either work, whatever. You feel maybe not enough food in your system, you feel low, whatever. Those are the days that actually matter, because it's showing you're doing it on days where you're not at your highest moments. Like you always say on on your social medias. I feel like we always see our highlight reels of people just, showing the highs. But I did see one of my people I follow on Instagram show both sides. They're high, they're low. I'm like, see, this is amazing. It's not just showing them oh, look at my trip to, making it up, but Dubai. Or look at my trip to, I don't know, Hawaii. But you don't see the behind the scenes of, this is how I got the funds to go to this trip. Or I'm struggling with this week. Here's what I'm going to do. Here's my plan, my steps to get better the next week. And I saw that guy post his Instagram of like, not those lines, but like showing that not everything in his day-to-day is, amazing. Like, he's got weeks where he's just, bad, down low, and he's got weeks where he's like up high. And that's, I feel like, how like a lot of people are portraying themselves as just highlight reels of, here's this phenomenal trip to Hawaii, here's this phenomenal trip to Europe, here's this phenomenal trip to yada yada yada, X, Y, and Z. But we don't see, there's got to be some there can't be, I'll be amazed if they're always like giggly and happy all the time. But I don't know, I don't want to assume anything, but I feel like a lot of people just show only the good and not the bad. Anyway, that's enough of me talking for today. Because episode 2, this is episode 2, I guess, now, because I'm going back on my grind, is just getting back on it. But if I keep it back on my YouTube, it's not 2, it'd be 26, episode 26, but we don't know yet. I might figure this out, but we're trying to get back on the grind again. Just one video at a time, just keep posting. And again, I have been there of where motivation, I lead by motivation and I fall short. Because I did it with the podcast. I did that with Instagram. I did it with my TikTok. I fell off the wagon and I'm slowly getting back up. Instead of being disciplined of just, the decisions I make, there's a consequence, there's rewards. The consequences right now is that I gotta rebuild everything back up. The reward is that potentially I could have some videos that go off, or have people, not even videos, have people who truly like my content comment, reach out and just say, hey, maybe for example that they say, or one comment would say, this made my day, or I've been in the same shoes as you and this really helped me see another perspective of what I need to start doing better at. But tomorrow, let's all just keep going. Keep it up. Just stay consistent, stay disciplined, and you'll be great. You'll be fine. Enough of that. Thank you again for watching or listening to this podcast, the JP Podcast. Again, like, subscribe, comment, and follow the channel if you can. I would really love that, but I'll catch you guys in the next one.